Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Black's Furnace with me, Robert.
With me, Pete.
Man, that Mo, you know what it is. You know what it is. Come on.
Late night Friday edition. Come on.
It is relatively late, isn't it?
Yeah. Something was in my head.
Is there are there any unanswered text messages?
Oh, there was.
Yes, there is. I think it's mine as well.
It was
You man are
yours.
pagans.
It's yours. I don't know how copyright works, Peter, but can you stream it on the stream?
No, because Google does it algorithmically as well. So we will get struck.
Okay, so hold on. Right, there's even two. Oh, Moses,
Bro,
it was a good week for
Bro,
you.
you man, yeah, you skip both of you lot skip both of my things, but Peter, you respond to Robert's thing. Is that okay? You know what, yeah? And it's like it's not even in the furnace group, even in the Kellerweather group. Yeah, you man are fam. I'm not sharing anything I see with you, man, anymore.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Check the Kellerweather group.
Yeah, but I responded to the Jalade thing.
Exactly, because I tagged Jalade.
No,
but check, bro. I had sent something before that.
No.
You man, battle rappers versus the
yes.
I'm up with the can of worms, bro. I'm up with the can of worms. This is great.
I'll be honest, yeah. You sent that, and the reason I didn't respond is because I had watched it before, and so I knew what it was, and I was like, okay, I'll say what my thoughts were, and then I didn't. So that's my excuse.
And you know what? Yeah, the reason I sent that to that group specifically is I know that half of the mandem love battle rap, and two, Peter specifically is on his military, marine, all of that vibe. So I was like, oh, cool, this content is gonna bang in the group.
I'd seen it already, man.
My defense is.
You just didn't care. It's fine.
No.
Worst.
Look, let me show you. So I've got this widget.
You're bad friends.
I've got this WhatsApp widget on my phone, and so if it's not something I have to reply to, chances are I'm not going to reply. Like I've got messages going back to April that have not even been opened and read yet. And there's even questions.
Pagans. You know what?
No.
Not into the group.
If we're doing that, because you guys don't pick up my calls as well, I'd be calling the group and no one picks up.
You have the luxury of working from home 5 days a week.
Bro, and there's a difference between calling and sending a message. When you call, it's time specific. When you send a message, it's open. You can respond whenever you're free.
Nah. To be honest, messages are time specific. If I don't reply the first 5 minutes,
nah, bro. When you send a message, if you see it 20 minutes down the line, you can respond there. If you see it 2 days down, you can respond there. But phone call, if I don't pick it up in the moment, thing's done. The moment's gone.
Nah, because look, with a phone call, you can call back.
You can exactly. This is
with
it.
A message.
Thank you, Robert.
With a message, if it's been 2 days, I can just reply tomorrow.
It's no longer. Yeah, it's no longer. What was the other one? There was the Marine one. What was the other one?
The Marine one was in the Kellerweather group, but in the Furnace group there was
the Dave
Chappelle one, and then right above that, the James Tang Instagram video.
Compliance. Again.
Imperative suffering.
Again, the problem is I'd seen it before. I think that our algorithmic suggestions are similar. So a lot of the time when you post stuff, I've seen it.
Okay, you know what? Since we can't post it on
if you're gonna watch it, just make sure you mute yourself.
Yeah, and Peter, put the links in the description on YouTube. So
will do.
And guys, comment if you think it was worth ignoring the video.
Any man who says yes, I'm blocking you from listening to the podcast. I'm blocking you from listening to the podcast. Just facts.
Okay, I can't lie. I did listen to the Dave Chappelle one, and I was waiting to see if Peter was going to say anything. And if he didn't, it meant we had content for this week.
Yeah, like, I'd seen that one before. Before it was sent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
We need to find a way to be able to show at least some of the video and it'll get copyrighted.
I'll
if it's
check
on
the
YouTube-
duration.
If it's on YouTube, it might have to be one of those click here for the link type
Yeah.
situations.
I'll see.
Robert's
see if
frozen.
the-
Robert's frozen.
No,
Nope. Is he back?
I'm back. Look.
Nah. You're
Audio wise, you're still here, but you're yeah.
It's because I've been banished to the bedroom. But that's
This
my
is
wife.
why you need to get a better router.
Router's fine. It's just downstairs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if you get a better router, then it will reach upstairs.
Okay, it's okay. It's
Or an
okay.
extender.
It's reaching. Wait, hold on
No,
one second.
Not
Hello,
well.
wife. Okay.
But yeah.
Why do you mute me? I'm trying to keep it raw and uncut. Anyway, we're 6 minutes in.
Yeah,
We haven't
we're
talked
not.
about anything.
Yeah,
so,
we haven't done anything. Yeah.
The-
Well, we did
we've
the
done the
segment.
first segment.
We've done the first
We have.
segment.
so yeah, so Peter's gonna put the links in the description. You guys say whether it was worth ignoring or not.
What if they get ignored?
Don't worry, I won't ignore you. I'll even read
Anyway.
it on the next episode of the podcast. Don't worry about it. Cool.
Not
this is-
pagans.
I think I'm in it this week.
I think
I
it's
think
me.
so.
Weren't you in it? Or was I in it? Or was you, Peter, wasn't it? Last
I
week
was in
was
it
you.
most recently, yeah. So I
And
think
then I was in it
think it's Rob.
beforehand, so I think it's Robert, yeah.
It is Rob. Cool. Shall I go first?
Yes, sir.
Robert, do you know Mrs. Doubtfire? You're looking frozen. I wonder if you're frozen.
Yeah, I think it's me.
I think you're frozen still.
Hey, Robert, you might need to go sit beside your door, you know.
Okay, now I'm going to move downstairs. But you keep going. I'm going to keep. Okay, I'll just turn off
I
the
should
camera.
keep asking the question that I finished asking.
Oh, I didn't even ask the question. So I'll ask the question and what else I move.
Okay. So, well, my question was if you know Mrs. Doubtfire.
I do.
Personally.
No, not
yeah.
personally.
If you live next to her at some point. No. So, Mrs. Doubtfire, Medea, is there any significant difference between men dressing as women for that and drag queens?
Yes.
All right. Speak to it.
Up as a woman, he felt like he was a woman. He was doing it so that he could see his children.
Sorry?
With his Doubtfire,
Mm.
sorry, he wasn't dressing up because he was a woman. He was doing it because
No, I'm not talking about the characters. I'm talking about men dressing up as women. So I'm talking Robin Williams, I'm talking Martin Lawrence, I'm talking Tyler Perry. Dressing up as women. Is there
Talking like white
significant
chicks.
Yeah. Is there a significant difference between men dressing up as women for roles versus men dressing up as women for roles as drag queens?
I sorry to off a bit. I'm trying. A second.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're chopping up.
Yeah.
Even with the camera off.
Yeah, bro. This
But
internet
then
is
do say that his internet is fine, his router is fine.
Not like that.
bro. The internet is not right now, bro. I don't know, bro. Yesterday it was like over 100. Now it's at like 10.
It was like 178.
See, this is the thing. If it was me, I'd have called or sent an email to the provider already. I can't be getting less than I'm paying for. I got like 3 months free off of Sky, because if they don't meet their minimum speed, they give you a month free. They refund it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come on. Man's hitting that 147.
All right, let's try now. Is it better? Is it better?
So far.
Better. Yes. Because
Should I ask the question again and then I'll edit this nonsense out?
okay.
Cool. So my question, Robert, is there a significant difference between men like Tyler Perry, Robin Williams, Martin Lawrence, the Damon brothers, dressing up as women for roles in films versus your RuPaul, random men, some teachers apparently now dressing up as women for roles as drag queens?
Yes.
All right, why?
No, but yes. I say yes because drag queens are perpetuating a certain kind of lifestyle. For
Okay.
guys like Robert Williams, the Wayne brothers, they're just playing a role in the movie. In the same way where like you have Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor, even coming to America, he was playing all the different roles.
No bit, yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing that because it was a bit for the movie.
Okay.
White chicks, they dressed up as white women as a bit for the movie. Robin Williams, there was always a purpose as to why their character was doing it in the movie. It wasn't just dressing up as a woman for dressing up as a woman's sake.
Okay.
And I don't think any of them would say that they are promoting this lifestyle of men dressing up as women. With drag queens, that's part of the whole LGBTQ dimensions.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To the point where there'll be like I've seen videos of like these parades happening, and then there'll be drag queens in like very scantily dressed and like having little children dancing with them and around them. And yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. And I think the difference is if they're actively promoting or saying that this kind of lifestyle is great and acceptable and whatnot. So that's why I would draw the line between them.
Okay.
So the line for you is one being a role for entertainment and another one being a reflection of a lifestyle choice.
Yeah. I think the only drag queen that I've seen, actually I can't even say that. Do you know that there's that one guy, that Julian guy, and like he does the pantomimes, was in drag. Let me see if I can find him online. Julian something. He's like
pantomime. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, let me find his name.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Because I was almost thinking along the lines of people.
Julian Clary.
But is that not more similar to a role?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that's also part of the lifestyle that he does.
Right. Okay.
So it's that one's on the fence a little bit.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that'll be my answer.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's fair.
I had a question and it's gone. I knew it might go.
It started. Do you think?
I thought that was like a follow-up.
I was gonna follow up to this one. I actually had a different question for you, and it's gone.
Okay, well, if you've got a question for me, I've got a question for you, Moses.
Okay.
Based on our conversation yesterday, so Peter and I were with the Reason to Behold guys yesterday, and then we got into a bit of dispute at the end of the episode. Well, we got into a few disputes, but this is the one that's important to my heart, right? Bathsheba. So obviously, Bathsheba was married to Uriah, and then King David saw her, took her, impregnated her, married her. Was Bathsheba a hoe?
No.
Explain why.
She had no choice.
What do you mean she had no choice?
The king brought her into his chambers. Bro, that's the end of the statement.
Okay.
Brought her into
the king brought her into the chambers. So are we saying that King David forced himself upon Bathsheba?
What I'm saying is, firstly, the Bible doesn't say King David forced himself onto her, or even
Wooed her.
wooed her, or she willingly, or anything. It's just like, no, David sent and asked whose wife is that, and they told him, and he was like, bring her to me, which almost removes her agency from the whole equation.
Question.
So he was the king, and he did what he wanted to do.
Question. If King Charles comes and says, bring Jamelia,
He's getting shanked.
I think you'll be shocked.
No. Because he's getting shanked by who?
Exactly.
Right, okay. Then again, also, Prince, King, whatever is not any King David, though.
Yeah. And like, there are some
the
cultures
times as well.
There are some ancient cultures in which there was something called the king's rights.
Yeah.
And it's essentially, when you get married, the king has the right to take your wife's virginity.
Swear down.
Yeah. And he gets to choose.
That.
He's like, oh, like, yeah, okay, I like your thing, so man's take her virginity, then you can have her back.
That sounds like you know,
it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. So there's been people who have gotten married in secret to prevent that from happening, but obviously there's a penalty associated, blah blah blah. Yeah.
That's literally.
I remember the question.
I ask it before it goes again.
Yeah. So my question for you, Robert, is in Isaiah, when it mentions Jesus took upon him, he bore our iniquities, he took upon himself our sicknesses. He was broken for our iniquities, he took on our sicknesses and stuff like that. Some people use that to affirm that we are not meant to get sick at all. How would you go about having that conversation? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why not? How would you go about that conversation?
I would disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, if they say why, I'll say because we get sick. So we'll start right there.
No, but they will say that's because of your lack of faith.
Okay, then I'll say then that must mean you have lack of faith too if you're getting sick as well. So what's happening? And also,
we've all got lack of faith.
But also, there's no record in the Bible of anyone's faith being the reason why they weren't sick.
Not the lack of faith being a reason they got sick, but their lack of faith being a reason why Jesus wasn't able to heal them. Because I think it's in Matthew, it was like Jesus went to his own hometown and he wasn't able to do many miracles apart from lay his hand on a few sick and stuff like that. So there's and it was because of their lack of faith. That in one of the passages, that was the reason given for.
Yeah, but I think you can't equate a lack of faith to being Christian means no sickness. I think those are two very different things. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, so I think that as humans, we have human bodies. Regardless of whether we're believers or not, the body's going to do what the body's going to do. We're going to age. It's going to break down. It's going to break, because that's just part of the whole human experience. Jesus was God. He still aged. He still went. Like, if he went on to become an old man, his body would have deteriorated. He wouldn't be a young man for the whole of his life. So I don't think there's any basis for saying that being a Christian means that you don't get sick. As to a lack of faith being why you aren't healed, I think you need to be very careful with that, because I think that with miracle healings or just healings in general, it's only ever by God's grace, and you can't really put a formula on how and who gets God's grace. So you just need to be careful with your doctrine around that, I would say. And that would be my answer.
Okay. I'm not entirely happy, but I'll take it.
Which part are you happy
I was
with?
gonna say, what's your objection?
There's no objection. I think because I agree with what you're saying. I
But-
almost feel like what I would have wanted more so, but I guess yeah. I may have expected that more so from Peter, but more like a expositional argument, because yours is more speculative.
What do you mean by expositional?
So expositional is where you almost like walk through scripture, because even like I would give accounts of those who followed Paul, those who ministered with Paul still fell sick, and Paul was praying for them, ensuring that they would still they would recover. And whenever they did recover, Paul was like, God was like merciful on us to heal them. Accounts where he told Timothy, you have frequent like stomach ailments, drink some wine for it. And so there's almost like this medicinal encouragement from Paul, who was this person who's always attributed to be performing miracles and like walking in the power and stuff like that. And even with Jesus, in some accounts where it mentions the power of God was upon him for miracles and healings. So it was almost like there was this there was a specific time when there was like a real presence for this specific thing, in as much as it was happening like on regular occasions, but there are specific mentions of, and the power of God was upon him to heal within these different circumstances.
I do think with this argument that's been had, I don't know if the person I'd be arguing with would know or believe the Bible enough for those things to hold weight for them.
Then that's their problem.
Yeah, and I think that's why I formed my answer the way I did.
Okay, I follow.
Yeah, but, I think for some people, giving examples that they can understand in their everyday life work better than trying to. It sounds weird, but like trying to use the Bible that they might not even fully believe in.
Okay, so when answering the question, you've got a personality type in mind, and you're trying to tailor make the question answer towards them. Okay, cool. I can vibe with that.
Cool. All right. If you're happy, if Peter's happy, I'm happy. Let's move on. So I had two discussions in mind for today. I'll give the choice. We can either talk about Prince Harry, or maybe we can do both. But which one do you want to start with? Do you want to talk about Prince Harry first, or do you want to talk about Kwesi Kwarteng?
Kwesi Kwarteng.
The Counselor of the Exchequer.
I'm more Kwesi Kwarteng. I don't
Okay,
care about the king, whatever he faces.
Let's start with Kwesi Kwarteng.
Yeah.
Let's start with Kwesi Kwarteng. You know. So, for those who don't know what's been happening, you better learn quickly, because bills are going up everywhere. Prices are going up, so get to know. But yeah, so these two, Liz Truss and Mr. Kwarteng have been in power for what was like 2-3 weeks now, and everything has just gone to crap, except for the rich people. Rich people just be getting richer. From when they said that they're going to take the cap off the bonuses bankers can get,
Yeah.
I was like, these guys are just living in the whole fantasy world.
Or they're fulfilling promises made to, their good buddies.
Yeah, but even so, there's a way you should do it that's not so blatant. Because the way
to do it,
the way they're going about it, they're not going to stay in power for much longer.
That's the hope. Apparently, Labour's risen in the polls significantly.
Yeah, by like 33 points or something. But then, to be honest, I don't know how much I believe in Labour either.
Well, this is the problem. If it's not Labour didn't rise in the polls because they're doing anything good, they rose in the polls because the Tories are doing something stupid.
It's crazy.
Can I just point out my mom? So I picked up my mom today from the airport. She's been in Ghana, and on the way back, we were talking about this, and I was like, "Yeah, mom, one of your people, they're ruining the pound," and then my mom was like, "Oh no, not a Ghanaian." And she's like, "Oh, they're going to put him there to take the fall. They're going to." I'm like, she's already of the conspiracy theory. They're making him the face so that he can take the fall, as opposed to him being responsible for anything because he's Ghanaian.
Nah, he's very much doing this himself. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about the financial situation. Maybe we could talk about that later. But I wanted to talk about what happened between him, or what comments that were made about him by one Labour minister.
Okay.
Rupert
I
Hack.
don't think I've seen this. I don't think
Okay.
I've heard.
So there was there's this Labour minister.
Bro, you need to email your internet man them.
And she was see, I've got
Start again.
Oh,
I've
he's
got
gone.
that now.
Done.
Hey, if anyone is using the device in the house, tell them to lock it off.
Stress. When do we go back to 1999?
Fam, the bandwidth is being stretched right now. Everyone turn off their Wi-Fi in the house.
I've turned on my Wi-Fi. It's like, so I don't know.
Not turn off the Wi-Fi of the laptop.
Oh no! Wow.
That is not the solution. These times I was complimenting him on the video quality.
It's the internet quality that we should have been paying attention to.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Like,
hey, so Peter,
What's good?
How's your guitar practice going?
It's going okay, actually. It's just super slow. It's super slow.
I honestly don't know how you're finding the time to get it in.
I try and do it when I get back from. I'm trying to do like 30 minutes. So again, like super slow, but 30 minutes on the days that Zara is in nursery. So when I get back, 30 minutes, do a quick thing. But yeah, work is getting busier, so it's getting a bit harder.
Robert, you back?
Nope.
Yeah, so long.
I've got so much editing to do. This is stressful.
Sorry, fam. You're taking timestamps, yeah?
Yeah. Normally this one is the one podcast that I don't have to edit too much because I can edit it as we go. Well, I can make notes as we go. But yeah. Stress.
Sorry, fam.
yeah, just scratch this.
I feel like every time Robert tries to speak, the internet does what I did to him earlier. I was like, doesn't matter what you're going to say.
Hey, do you think it'll be worth him using his phone?
This is the thing. I don't know if his phone reception is good enough at his place.
Okay, it looks stable. I was saying, should we scrap this for tonight and then try again or something?
I'll scrap for tonight and try again tomorrow.
Because there's something in.
Yeah.
Might be a thing. Tomorrow I'm in a wedding though, but I should be back. I will be back early because we're going with Zara, so we're not gonna mill around too long afterwards. So we can do it tomorrow evening.
What's this? It's travesty.
Yeah, let's scrap it. Let's scrap it.
Do you know what? What we can do as well is salvage the first half of this one.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say is we actually have a episode in lieu. So we've
Do
got
we?
an episode. Yes, because when I was ill, I didn't release the episode that week. So I released it the week after. So the episode coming out on Sunday will be what we recorded last week as opposed to today. So we've got some leeway.
Okay.
But let's keep the episode in lieu. So let's still do this tomorrow if we're doing it tomorrow. But
Yeah, we can. I'm going to be on solo daddy duties tomorrow, which shouldn't be much of a hassle. We can keep the first half of this, so the sorry not sorry and everything. So at least that's not wasted, and then we can pick up from the question that Robert was about to ask about Kwesi Kwarteng.
cool. Sounds good.
So at least hopefully the edit won't be too bad. It's literally the first half of this one should be clear enough.
It will be a whole changing clothes and everything.
It will be. Change your clothes, change the background.
Yeah.
We can just preface it to just be like, yeah, we stopped
This
and
episode
started
was
again.
recorded over 2 days. Yeah, there
Come
you
on.
go.
So yeah, let's run it like that because he's gone. He's gone.
Today's not Robert's day. I didn't start him
No.
off right. Yeah.
His head just momentarily just keeps moving, and it just freezes
Oh,
again.
gosh. It's like he's in a different year.
But still using dial-up.
Still on 2G.
That is wild.
Cool. I'll put it in the group just so that
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
come back and be ignored. Ignoring him on the feed.
He'll be in it on his ones.
Cool. I did. I'm gonna end the broadcast.
Yes, sir.